Welcome to today's episode of the Musketeers podcast. We're your hosts Hayden, Julie, and Jane. Picture this. You did something and you found out you were in the wrong in an argument. Well, don't you worry no more because we are going to be writing AmITheAsshole post.
Now, AmITheAsshole, aka AITA, is a Reddit community, in this case subreddit, where users post about their real-world interpersonal conflicts and receive judgment from fellow Redditors.
The subreddit currently has 11 meters members at the time of this episode.
So that is a lot of people.
Before we start, we will be giving credit to the original posters of these posts.
Also, we will decide whenever or not if they're one or not. So you do not need to agree with us if you don't. Alright, first post is from Will Professional 9898. AITA for showing up at my GFs unannounced. AITA 5M showed up to my girlfriend's 3OF unannounced after she said she didn't feel good. It's not far from me, so I made the division to stop and checking on her just to see if she needed anything. It is her mother's house. It was 8:41 p.m. that I got there and I left by 8:43 p.m. For time reference, we have been together for a little over a month, and I've been over there later at night dropping things off or working on something. I tapped on the door 3 to 4 times in a very slight knock, using just a knuckle of my middle finger, and said a gift I had gotten her on the front chair, a Halloween wreath for her Jeep. Nobody answered the door, so I just shrugged and left thinking nothing of it. I come to find out she's pissed at me and her mother said I banged on the door and was there at 10 p.m. and now her mother feels unsafe in her house. I am very confused because I've never had someone get upset with me for that, especially after I've been there before, met them, and I've been on vacation with her DA. Okay, we need to decide if he's in one or not.
It's clear he was doing something else. He seems sweet, so I don't think he is.
Well, he said that he was caught on camera at 9 p.m.
I think he is one since he had no reason to show up unannounced.
If you say so.
How about you, Hayden?
Mixed between this. One, he is not since he wants to surprise her, and he is since he did not say a reason. And the fact it was not a good idea. Okay, next post.
AITA for not giving up my 20F bedroom. For context, I 20F live with my dad 56M after my parents got a divorce when I was 7. I haven't spoken to my mum 40F in 5 years. My dad remarried last year without telling me. The wife 40F moved in last year December. To keep it short, she starts arguments with my dad about me. They have all been about me. She wants my bedroom. I have a single in suite, but I'm not giving it up. Bear in mind, I told my dad I will give them the bedroom August 2024 when I go study abroad for a year. A few days ago, she gave me an ultimatum: either give us the room or get a dorm. I just ignored her. Today, I came back from the gym and she was like, "Did you decide?" I just said no and walked to my bedroom. I feel bad because my dad is stressed, but I'm not backing down. The wife is annoying me. So, AITA? Posted by Sienna Warner. So let's think.
I will say, she is 20 years old and isn't paying rent. She refused to do care and left her dad in a useless care.
Yes, because look at her. She isn't doing anything for her family. She looks like she is self-centered.
I agree. She is 20 years old and she really needs to do something. Large bedroom with the ensuite as an adult? People would be ashamed. I believe at the same time, to be clear and fair, this is not her job to settle. Her dad just needs to do a better job.
Okay, next.
AITA for tell my sister maybe her boyfriend can take her? My boyfriend is taking me to Disneyland to see the Christmas decorations, knowing Disney and Christmas are my favorite. I have only been a few times and never stayed on property. My sister is wondering if she could tag along because she's never been and could crash at our hotel. She goes off on how she could never afford it for herself. I'm not the biggest fan of her boyfriend Tay. He moved in with my parents where my sister still lives. He really doesn't help out and bounces from job to job. He wasn't at my parents when I said this, but I told her maybe one day her boyfriend can pay for your trip, knowing damn well Tay doesn't even pay for his groceries. This sent my sister in tears to my father. Well, he doesn't like Tay either. He said that was a mean and I shouldn't be acting like that because my boyfriend has yet to put a ring on it and I can find myself back home soon. I left my parents' home upset and my boyfriend comforted me at our place that I do pay half the rent on. My mom, who was working at the time, heard what had happened and called me a major bitch for what I said, and Tay and my sister are trying their hardest to move out. I should be nice and at least ask my boyfriend if she could go with you guys maybe later on. I don't feel like it's my boyfriend's place to foot the bill for my sister. I couldn't afford to pay for her ticket, and I think that's something Tay needs to surprise her with. My mom called B a spoiled bee, plus H again, and she told me I couldn't spend Christmas with them since I'm doing my own thing. We are actually going like December 8th to 10th, but okay. Okay, is this person an asshole? Yes or no? Be honest.
No, this person's family should feel sorry for the sister. It's not the person and boyfriend for vacation funds. This person shouldn't include her family.
No. The person should go to Disneyland during Christmas and she shouldn't let her sister ruin the vacation.
No, the vacation should be fun and the boyfriend should have loads of fun.
Next, AITA for using a customer's name without her permission. I run a small business selling food items to order. I have a customer who has never been a problem at all. She's super chill, orders frequently, and has been great to work with. Until today. I sent her a text message letting her know that her order was ready, and used her first name to address her. She responded icily that I did not have her permission to use said name, I should only refer by her last name, and that the only reason I could have known the first name was by gossiping with others. Behind her back, some context, she told me her full name months ago. I have it saved on my customer list. Since she has put in repeat orders for almost a year, I have never gossiped about her in the slightest, and would never talk about her or any of my customers in a disparaging way. I apologized and let her know it wouldn't happen again. She responded lol and never picked up her order. I have been flabbergasted, to say the least, and extremely confused over this to me. Very sudden turn of events. So, Reddit. AITA for using her first name without permission and probably losing a consistent customer? Edit. Some info has been requested about some details. Is she older? A boomer? No. We're about the same age, mid-30s. What country is this? US. Rural. Reddit. She prepay? No. Okay. An asshole? Yes or no?
I would say no. This person felt bad and apologized. It is a good example of how people make mistakes.
I will be going with no, it had nothing to do with this person. It is so easy to move on from it.
Girls. You know what? You guys are right. No. This person really don't need to take orders from that woman.
AITA for admitting that I don't feel like I'm a parent of 3. I 30 for F have been married for years. I have a stepdaughter AITA 12, a bio daughter Serenity 2, 5 and a bio son Milan for months. My husband James was married before we met and he lost his wife when AITA was only 3. I met them when AITA was 6 and she was 7 when my husband and I became more than friends. AITA and I have a difficult relationship. I love her and I would never take any of this out on her, but she does not love me back and she resists my place in her life. Most people assume that because she doesn't remember her mom and because she liked me when I was just her dad's friend, that I am essentially her mom now and that our relationship should reflect that. But once the relationship with my husband changed and AITA became aware, my relationship with her changed. She closed off from me and has remained that way. We have been in therapy together. She has never said why it bothered her that her dad and I started dating. She has been asked by my husband, by me, by the therapist, and by her aunt, my husband's sister, but she never gives an answer. Day to day, I do a lot of caregiving for AITA alongside my bio kids. Even before they arrived, I was primarily the person who did the cooking and was the person with the ability to leave work if AITA got sick and needed to come home. I spend time with her and have attempted to reignite the bond we shared before, but I never got there. I am available to help with homework if needed. I make sure she has what she needs. If she wanted comfort from me, I would give it, though she usually rejects it from me. I still love her, but I don't truly consider myself her parent. I never wanted to take her mom's place. I would be thrilled to be her stepmom who she trusts. But I never left the she's married to my dad stage with AITA. I know she doesn't see me as family of any kind because in school she had a few projects where they had to do a diagram of people they considered family and she never adds me. But still, most people call me a parent of 3 and some will call me a mom of 3. My husband's parents mentioned recently that I make being a parent of 3 kids look so easy. They said I probably want a bunch more and to be a mom of many kids since it suits me so well. I was feeling really low that day and I admitted to them I feel like a fraud when people consider me a parent to 3 because I do not feel like a parent of 3 and I don't feel like I'm AITA's parent. I sort of feel like someone who is just around her more than average. They were shocked and told me I was being silly and of course I'm her parent. They said I'm basically her mom. I told them AITA would be adamant that I am no mother to her. They got kind of snappy with me and told me I should not be taking a kid's words to heart. They told me I am going to make AITA feel unloved if I keep feeling the way I do and thinking as I do. My husband got home just then and he told them to leave and defended me, but the words struck a chord with me. AITA? Okay, we need to think if this person is an asshole or not.
I'll say no, judging by the post. This person truly was lucky enough to have the child accept the dad.
No. It is possible AITA wants to forget her mom who passed away and didn't want to look another woman as a mom.
This is true, so no, this person is not an asshole.
Okay, next post. AITA for telling I am afraid to be obese to my obese sil. I 27F was obese throughout my childhood and teenage years. It was because food was my comfort then. My obesity came with many health concerns. I was always sick, and I was so weak that I couldn't walk more than 30 minutes and I couldn't wear a padded coat because its weight made my shoulder hurt. I was 5.2 feet and almost 200 pounds. My health deteriorated really fast, so I decided to lose weight. I lost 90 pounds but gained 35 pounds because I had depression. It had nothing to do with diet, but it started because I was so stressed about my GPA in uni and also was homesick. After I graduated, my depression didn't go away, and it was really tough years for me. I recently started to lose weight again, and surprisingly, eating healthy and going gym not only helped me lose 10 pounds, but it saved me from depression. Later, my doctor told me one of my reasons for weight gain was related to depression and hormones, so losing weight was a good choice for my mental health, and encouraged me to stay fit. My husband 28M was such a blessing through all this. We married for a little over 1 year and dated for 2 years. He was a rock for all my hard times. He is actually from an unhealthy and obese family, and only one didn't come out as obese because he never liked eating and enjoyed sports. He does not like eating because he has sensitive guts and some allergies. Last month, we went for a visit to my in-laws. I started intermittent fasting, which worked wonders for me. I didn't eat breakfast usually, so it was not really big deal for me. But it became a problem when I didn't eat late-night snacks at my in-laws' house and went out jogging with my husband in the morning. My SIL 35F accused me of being anorexic, which I'm definitely not. And she constantly called out me for fat phobia and antibody positivity. She also said I was a bad influence on her kids who are also morbidly obese, even at a young age. It annoyed me, but I just let it slide. But then one of her teenage daughters, Lisa 15F, reached out to me and asked if she could lose weight too. Apparently, her mother said she should never bend to society's prejudice and lose weight, but Lisa disagreed. So I gave her some basic advice. Cut back on sugar intake, including soda, juice, chocolate, and cookies. Eat more greens. Take a walk, and try to go gym if she can. And I gave her some recipes for quick and delicious diet-friendly food. Simple salads, poke bowls, and some desserts. When my sil heard it, she lost it. She called me some dirty names, and I should stop hating plus-size people and work on my ed. I became so annoyed that I told her no, I don't hate overweight people. I respect them, but I am afraid of being obese because it is unhealthy in general, and it was personally damaging to my health and mentality. After that, basically, almost all my in-laws are telling me I'm in the wrong and should apologize and also get some therapy. Or my non-existent ed. I just don't know what to do. AITA? Okay, time to decide.
No, she has a decision to go back to be unhealthy nor have mobility issues. She makes healthy choices.
No. This lady saved her own niece. It is a good thing that she has her and she is glad to be comfortable enough to reach out.
I'll say no, she is responsible approach to diet and exercise, which is small, doable incremental changes that works. She recognized a problem and addressed it. She also did a good job being a good role model for teenagers that could have real problems for her.
AITA for not paying the full amount for a family-style dinner, where I only ate bread. My wife and I are both vegan, but we don't make a big deal out of it. We don't judge others for their choices, and we don't expect them to accommodate us. We usually just find something we can eat wherever we go, or eat beforehand if we know the options are limited. One of my friends invited us to his birthday dinner at a restaurant in Brooklyn. He said it was a last-minute thing, and he didn't have time to make reservations, so we just had to show up and hope for the best. We checked the menu online and saw that there were not many vegan options, except for chips and guacamole, hummus, and bread. We decided to eat a snack at home and then order drinks and appetizers at the restaurant. We also have been tight with money lately because of some medical expenses, so we didn't want to spend too much on food we couldn't eat anyway. When we got to the restaurant, we found out that they were doing it all family style and splitting the bill evenly among everyone. There were about 15 people in our group, and they ordered a lot of food, most of which was meat or cheese-based. The only thing we could eat was the bread, so we just had a couple of slices each and 2 beers each. At the end of the night, my friend sent me a Venmo request for $120 for our share of the dinner. I was shocked by the amount, since our for drinks were only $30 plus tip, so about $40. I texted him back and explained that we didn't know it was going to be family style, and that we only had the beers and some bread. I said I would send him $60 to cover our drinks, and a bit extra for the bread. He got angry and said that we should have told him we were vegan, and that it was rude to not participate in the family-style dinner. He said that everyone else paid their fair share, and that we were being cheap and selfish. He said that he expected us to pay the full amount. The decision to make it a family-style meal was done last second too, because the restaurant had no idea a party of 15 was showing up. Otherwise, we could have split the bill per party and been fine. I don't think we did anything wrong. We didn't ask for any special treatment, and we didn't complain about the food. We just ate what we could and tried to have a good time. We also didn't want to make a scene or cause any drama by announcing our dietary preferences. We thought $60 was more than enough for what we consume, and we didn't want to pay for food we couldn't eat. AITA?
Okay, I will say not the asshole. However, I could like to point out one thing. He didn't ask to pay, let people know upfront, and just to instead to celebrate payment, something I wouldn't imagine.
No, he paid his share, plus it is not his friend.
Well, judging by what you guys are saying, this wasn't an invitation to a birthday party as much as a last minute. The poor planning of the dinner. He tried to throw myself a party and he just needs to move on. Anyways, you guys are right. I think payment had something to do with it, so no.
AITA for posting a picture of the boy who broke my camper window online. I'm 20F. I've been living out of my camper for the past 6 months since my ex-landlord decided to sell the house. I lost my job 2 months ago because of budget cuts and it was a last and first out situation. I've been living mostly off of savings and managed to find a part-time job in my local Burger King. I don't live in a bad area, but lately, I've had a problem with destructive teenagers. This morning while I was working, I parked in the park close by to avoid paying for parking in the car park. At about 3 p.m. I received a call from the police station saying my camper had been vandalized and to go down there to talk to them, so I did. And they said even with the dash cam footage I had, they probably wouldn't be able to do anything, especially if he was under 16. My window driver is broken and it's not affordable for me to fix myself and later get compensation at the moment, so I took it upon myself to find out who he and posted a photo from the dash cam footage on the community Facebook group. His mother eventually got onto me and was livid that I posted a photo of her child online and ruined the family's reputation all over boys being boys. She told me she wasn't paying me shit and I'd have to see her in court if I wanted the money for it. I handed the boy's name to the police, but they said it could be weeks or months before I hear anything. I'm staying with a friend tonight since I couldn't get the window boarded up yet and told her what happened and about the incident with the mother, and she thinks I'm the asshole for posting a child online and for affecting the family's status, as I could have made a vague post in hopes of his mother coming forward and being cooperative. AITA? Okay. Is she an asshole? Yes or no?
Not the asshole. He literally destroyed her home. That is just vandalism. He also got into her privacy and nobody likes that.
She is not one, just like Jane said. Straight up vandalism. Not only the house but also the vehicle, and should be held accountable.
You know what, guys? I agree. She isn't an asshole. She recorded him for a reason, vandalizing pottery. And at least this treatment is what she can do to him.
AITA for being annoyed at plans being made for me. I live with my girlfriend. I have noticed she has started making plans for us, but doesn't ask me. She'll just make plans and expect me to be fine with doing them. Last week, we were talking about this weekend, and I said how nice it was to just have a weekend off doing anything and just relax at home, and she said, oh, I'd planned for us to go to a cafe in town. I asked why she didn't even ask me if I wanted to do it, and she just said she assumed I'd be fine with it. One evening last week, she just brought up in conversation that she had been looking at holidays for December for us to go away for a week and had found a nice place to go. I pointed out she hasn't even bothered to ask me if I want to go away or asked where I'd like to go. She's just picked someone she wants to go and expects me to be fine with using my annual leave and paying for half of the costs for the holiday. She just said she thought I'd want to go, but I just told her that things like that need to be a discussion. Not just her decided what she wants to do and essentially spending my money for me. She got annoyed and said she thought I'd want to go and that she was only looking at options. I just pointed out that looking at options is something we should be doing together after we have both decided we want to go away. I mentioned that it's becoming a habit for her to just make plans, not bother asking me or even telling me, and then just expecting me to go along with it. I told her it needs to stop and that anything we plan has to actually be discussed. She accused me of having a go at her for trying to plan nice things for us, but I just pointed out she spending my money for me essentially and is just not even asking if it's something I want to be doing. She just repeated that I'm starting an argument for nothing, just because she was trying to plan nice things. AITA for not wanting her to make plans for me? An asshole? Yes or no?
No, she is just forcing her to the person plans that was unwanted, and the person just wants to pretend to make her enjoy the plans when it didn't seem unenjoyable.
I agree with Julie. The person didn't need to agree with the plans that the person did not like. And this sounds like a frustrating situation. AITA for asking my girlfriend not to wear a t-shirt she made for my small business. I ordered the t-shirts for me to wear while working on a new side project that involves customers. I showed my girlfriend and she asked if I got one for her. I said no, but I can order another, since I only have the two right now. She then said she has a friend that she could have make a t-shirt. I said no, I will just order another one, because I made the logo myself and have all the logo files. And I don't want someone to make a messed up version of it. Fast forward to today and I walk in and she holds up a t-shirt with a big smile on her face. It looked horrible and not anything like the ones I had made. I explained to her that I was putting a lot of work into this and had a vision for how I want to present myself. I told her that it's important to me that I get to make the decisions on my project. She says she was just trying to support me, and I kinda just took that as a bit of a guilt trip. Since she knew I asked her not to do that, I asked her not to wear the shirt and to let me order one for her with her name on it and everything. Am I being a control freak? A control freak? Yes or no?
No, it is his business and we can do anything with it. I agree. That is his business and company.
I will
also,
agree.
it is
That's
marketed
his company
and he is
after all.
wise to be careful.
So he is not a control freak nor an asshole.
AITA for taking my stepdaughter to get her ears pierced. I have a 16-year-old stepdaughter, Bella, and bio daughters, 11 and 13. I've been married to Bella's mom for 5 years. I can't legally adopt Bella because her dad is still around, although only sees her once a year. Bella wanted to get her ears pierced for her 16th birthday. Some places here let you get lobes pierced at 16. Some are 18 or with parental consent. She wanted to go to a cheaper teen jewelry store that did free piercings with earring purchase, and I told her I'd take her to a proper professional piercing place. I suspect that Bella would have gone to the cheaper place without telling anyone and potentially risk infection, so I opted to be the one to support her in doing this more safely. I talked to my wife about it. but she just said, I hate that stuff, and
But
walked
her
out.
mum never
She's
let her.
always been
Bella
Andy
got her
piercing.
ears pierced
My
on
two
her
girls
birthday.
both have their
She was
ears
thrilled,
pierced,
but
and
now
Bella
her
has
mum
openly
thinks I'm
said
an
she wanted
asshole
her
for doing
doing
it
it behind her
years.
back. I did tell her I was going to. She thinks because I knew that she was against it, I should have taken that as an answer and that she gets to make the final call because she's Bella's mum. I think Bella would have gone and done it secretly anyway, and thought I was making the better parenting choice. My wife disagrees because Bella is a minor and it should have been her call and that I've betrayed her trust. AITA?
No, she is 16 years old. That means she is old enough to make decisions.
I agree with Jane. She can decide since she is not a little kid anymore. We did do this when we were teenagers.
You know what, guys, I agree. This 16-year-old is being controlled by her own mother, even at age 16. The mom should control herself, honestly.
AITA for telling my sister I won't be dancing down the aisle at her wedding. My sister 31F is getting married and has asked me 30 meters to be a bridesman. I have accepted this and have been helping get things ready for the wedding. She saw a trend of people playing dance music for the wedding party as they were going down the aisle and were dancing. This is something she loved and wants to incorporate into her wedding. I am completely against this idea, as I have severe anxiety when dancing in front of people unless I am drunk. There are a few others in the party that are uncomfortable by this idea as well. I told her I am very uncomfortable doing this and would rather not dance. She did state that I could just walk down while everyone else dances. However, the groomsmen that I would be walking with would be dancing. I said that would just make my anxiety and self-consciousness get worse because only one of us would be dancing. She has decided to scrap the idea, but is mad at me because she really wanted to do this. I did consider excusing myself from the wedding party so that she can do the dance. However, I figured that would have been worse as she really wants me in the wedding, and I want to be there to support her. So, AITA in this situation?
No. This man may not be comfortable dancing and he doesn't need to dance if we doesn't want to.
No, that is his choice to not to dance. I do not dance often myself, so it can be his choice.
We've been there.
Well guys, we have decided to wrap up here. If you want more AmITheAsshole, AITA, we are more than welcome to do more from now on. Thanks for listening to today's episode.
Make sure to follow the Musketeers podcast on social media, Twitter and Instagram.
And we'll see you all in the next episode. Bye and take care.